keep going. I'll let you go in front. Riding railway lines is alright. You just got to watch out the shit they leave behind, like metal and wire and stuff. Generally it's not bad though. That little gutter we just rode through, imagine how bad that gets when it rains a lot. Should be a bit of a challenge then. Oh, that wind's nice, isn't it? There's some sand. It's funny how it's sandy out here, isn't it? It's not it's firm sand, but there you go, look at you up on the pegs. Then it goes over to this sort of ironstony stuff. Somebody spun the wheel there. Probably Chappie. It's out of his backyard. Stand up. I don't know where this railway line goes. It's probably the Sonanted line. See, you can see it's sandy. That number 2 map on this bike, if you ride in number 2 real slow like this, it does fuel up. It's designed for heavy loaded riding, like in sand and with all your gear on. So it makes it, richens it up a little bit for that work. But for doing this, oh, that's soft sand just there. Did you feel that? You're going the hard enduro way, are you? That's it. Yeah, we'll be. Our camera's on. Yeah. What's that, mud? Oh no, it's not mud, it's just hardened. Yeah. All these spots would be really mega when it's raining. Stand up for them. There's a donkey or two. Oh no, it's a donkey in an old ewe or something. That's really random, isn't it? A donkey and a ewe. Or ram, I don't know what type of sheep it was. Yeah. Turn this camera off again for a bit. There's a big old tree here and he's up there somewhere. Trying to spot him. I think he might be past the fork on the other side. Maybe. You don't see going as often. He's up there. Oh, there he is. He's right there. Halfway. He's moving up the trunk of the tree about 3 or 4 metres up. There he is. I reckon they're cool. How cool's that? Hello, Joanna. I don't know if the GoPro can see it, but he's just hanging on the tree. Now his tongue's licking the air. Can you see him? Just below the limb, on the side of the tree. Yeah, I'll move and see if I can get him on the GoPro better. Yeah. Yeah. Stay right. Don't fall over, right? It's pretty cool, eh? I don't know if that sun's going to affect the GoPro there. See him in the fork of the tree. Hi, big fella, small fella, he's got a lot of growing to do. Anyway. Now, just because I've turned the GoPro on, there's no showing off. I reckon because that left hand, I don't know, I reckon because that left hand earpiece is a little bit more louder. I might try, because it's a fairly long cord, and I might send the GoPro microphone right around to the other side of the helmet under the liner and put it next to that one, because I reckon then it'll pick up your voice fairly well. What happened? Stick that foot out, like I was saying. Try that out. Hello, look out, there's water. I hope you got a snorkel. Oh, it's slippery too. So we're out in the One Yarra State Park, or whatever they call it. Cassie's having a real good crack here. Doing about, what's that say, 40k nearly? Yeah, 40k. Pretty happy with that for a beginner. I think we'll go right, Cass. And you're all good? You're on camera. Show us your prowess of getting back on. Those heavy boots, big lift. Might have flooded it maybe, did it? Just, did it start? Just put it in neutral and wind it until it starts. You're probably in 1/1,000th gear. Just try and start it, bugger it. Just keep winding. There you go. There you go. That's all the petrol blown out of it. You're right now. So you can let your clutch in and out slightly and it helps you change your gears. Alrighty, let's go. trying to do a C-turn, were you? So we're in the Harvest Home State Forest. Quite dry out here now, isn't it? Buffeting the microphone on your end, I reckon. I'll just shut down this camera. Put it in go gear. Just keep going, keep going. You did harder than this before, babe. Come on. You're going to have to commit more. There you go, rev it up and go. That won't hurt, go, alright. You're in gear, aren't you? Go, just keep going, get your momentum going. Get that mojo that you had earlier. Don't be afraid to stand up. Go, give it to it. I know you might be getting tired, but there's no point in stuffing up because you're tired. You've got to keep going. Yeah, I know. That's it. Go, gadget. Go, give it to it. There's a straight bit. Yep, good job. You're doing well. If you stand up, it'll be easier. Give it to it. Use that throttle. Use that throttle, babe. Use the throttle. Alright. Kangaroo there on their left hand straight ahead. Keep going. Give it to it. Stay to the right hand side of the track if you can, and then if the bike wants to drift to the left on the corner, let it. Give it to it, give it to it, give it to it, give it to it. Cass, come on. You okay? Are you okay? Well, come on. There's no point staying there. Hang on. You right? Here. Give me a hand. You're alright, aren't you? That's what all this armour's for. Hey. You're okay. Your helmet took it. Aren't you? There's no point crying. You've got to the top of Mount Beelzebub. It was arduous, a couple of crashes, but she made it. And there's the view. Oh, still not quite to the top, but we're nearly there. May not have had to turn the comms down for the yelling and abuse. Is that correct, Cassie? Looks like a dirt bike riding out. She's got dust all over her. right here, Cass. And down we go. Remember, your front brake is your friend, you just don't use it on the loose rocks. Just going to turn my motor off and coast along behind you. And my front brake's glazed. I need to go some pace and get it hot. Doing well. There you go, it's backfire on Basil I'm hearing. Did you hear that? Hey? Yeah, mine's turned off. Must build up a bit of fuel in the exhaust pipe and then ignite it and put. Try standing up going downhill, Cass, and put your bum backwards a bit like I showed you earlier, where your arms are more straight. So put your bum back towards the back of the bike and let your arms straighten out. That way you can get your one finger on your front brake. Up over all the rough gnarly stuff, like the rocks and shit. Stops banging you around as much. It's pretty smooth there. Go on, let's go. Let's go. That was second track back there. That's third track. They really put a lot of thought into the naming of the tracks around here. I think this is where I come up here on this 500 when those Parks and blokes and that were here setting up for a burn off. I reckon it was about here somewhere that they're having their picnic. And they had a fire and all. Around about here somewhere. I reckon it was. There's no more nasty big uphills or anything. This is just a slope. Is that somebody's private property there to the right where that fence line is? Somebody owns right to the top of the mountain. Lucky buggers. In actual fact, I reckon the highest part of the whole mountain would be owned by them because it'd be actually on their side of the fence. You'll have to give a bit of momentum now, come on. More throttle. Keep that throttle rolled on or you won't make it. See that rough stuff? Give it to it through it. Just use the throttle. Use your throttle. Go, go, go. Give it to it. Give it to it. Give it to it. Give it to it. That's it. That's it. Beautiful. Put that leg down like you did was beautiful. Well done. Keep going. Keep going. Give it to it. Spin up the ant's nest. I will. Well done. There you go. Actually, I think this might be the peak, because this is where we park here and on that little lookout spot. Wallaby. Right. That wallaby's a bit confused. Going down that way. We've just left the Welcome Stranger gold nugget site where they found it back in a long time ago, and we're following just general tracks. Cass is smoking along at a good 40, 45, or 50. Did you just break what I said you were doing 50? just look out in front for the corners. That's all you got to worry about. Oh, there's wallaby there. The old bush is getting dry now. Even after the rain we had yesterday, like there wasn't a lot, but there was a bit. And you're still kicking up a bit of dust. And goannas tend to be out a bit more movement when it's dry. Because I think goannas are a scavenger, aren't they? I think they like go and find dead kangaroo carcasses and things like that, and they eat that sort of thing. They don't really. They only catch things that are I don't know what the word is. They're opportunistic, but there's plenty of dead carcasses out in the bush that they'd smell we wouldn't. Oh, bush dam's pretty full of water, aren't they? Oh, see that for skill. I just seen that. Geez, your paddocks are looking dry already. They just went from had this nice green tinge to them to now just dry. This is a beautiful little spot through here. This actually goes underwater. You can see, yeah, the gravel's sort of got that gritty sort of thing where it all floods up when it's all really big rains. There's a washout over there and dam. You see the old dams have got a, what's that? Go where you're going. Oh yeah, oh, it's covered over by a bush. Keep going, you might be able to cut across. Yeah, there's a cut across down here, I think. So yeah, goes the same spot anyway. That's a bit weird, isn't it? What's the point of all that? Handy, you can follow that like for this sort of thing, and you don't need a GPS on your handlebars to follow. Like I'm using this just for tracking us to show where we've gone, and we can show you on the computer later where we've been. I reckon it'll be straight ahead. I think there's a marker in the bushes there. Yep. Alright, I'll shut you down again. Camera.